Good morning. Thank you so much for hi Troublina, sending you lots of love. Dave from Alberta, good morning. Good morning, HJC, Loki girl. Good morning. Let me just boop you, Lemaire. Good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing? Hello, 13 with ADHD. I can see you up there that you're here. Cheyenne, good morning. Lazy Goth, Lisa. Oh God. Ren Supplies, good morning. It's up there it says when my friends are in the room. So that's how I can see it. Good morning, Kailash. Good morning, Rebecca. Like Marissa. Lissa like Marissa. Lissa. Okay, sorry. Lazy Goth Lissa. I probably said it right for previously. So I apologize. It's yesterday I was I yesterday I'm part of a bowling league and I bowled and my body is very mad at me right now. So I woke up with like my body saying, "What the heck? Mimics, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Let me moderate you. Everyone, please follow Mimics55. How are you doing, love? I love you. We need to go bingoing. I think I might go to Toronto a day early before I fly out to Austin, Texas. So maybe we can get a bingo group together in Toronto before then. I know bingo. Yes, we should do bingo before I go. Oh, that rhymed. You want to come to bingo? Um. Oh yeah, timeless treasures. Hi, how are you? Hi, Shelly. Welcome in. Oh man, I don't know why every week I feel worse. Kailash. So I'm flying out on the 24th. Good morning, Linda. How are you? Debbie, hello. So I'm flying out on the 24th, and I will be back on the 26th. Yeah, I'm going for as short a period of time as I was tempted to go for longer, but then I was like, one, it's very expensive, the hotel where the summit is. It's very expensive. But so I was like, do I stay extra days and stay at a different hotel where I have to walk back and forth? And if I need to go rest, I have to like I won't rest because it's be too far for me to go. Um, which will make me worse, which would mean I'd have to take an entire week off afterwards. Or do I stay and then just not stay extra days? Also, um, I don't want to stay in the United States for any longer than I have to right now with everything that's going on. Is it over yet? It's over yet. Ah. Hi, big little things. Thank you. Yeah, it's snowing here. We're supposed to get an inch of snow or 2.44 centimeters of snow. So I don't have a cold. I just feel like complete crap all the time. I'm not. No freaking way am I wearing a red hat. No freaking way, Dave. Happening. It's raining. It's raining where you are. It's snowing here. It's snowing. We got to get that out of the way. It's a Canadian show, so we have to talk about the weather first. So, where's everybody from, and what kind of weather are you currently experiencing? Kayla says, I'm going to the Toronto Expo. I thought oh, yeah, I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to this. So, what we're hoping, fingers crossed, is that the very first official Whatnot meetup will happen around the Sports Card Expo in November. That they need time because they haven't done a meetup outside of the United States yet. So we would be the first, as far as I know, outside of the United States. So we're the guinea pigs. So I suggested we piggyback on if they already have staff here. Ty Meg is up at the cottage and it's snowing here. Cheyenne says the weather is nice here and I immediately feel less depressed. Oh, that's good. Ren Supply says it's Ottawa and it's snowing here. I'm in Hastings, Ontario. It's snowing here. La Mer, Veilleuse. I think I said that right. I practiced. I hope I said it right. Quebec, waiting for snow. Again, you're getting snow? Oh, God. Yeah, I practiced. I I practiced like I had a test. Thank you for sharing the show, Trebelina, and I hope I'm sending you lots of love. Chuck Norris just died. Aw, poor Chuck Norris. Mimic says it's snow and rain in Toronto. Happy Equinox and Nowruz. Eid Mubarak. I think Eid starts. Eid started. Did Eid already start? I thought I saw that Ramadan. When is Eid? Eid. Eid el Futur. Friday. Today. Yes. Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak. Oh, I miss going to the Eid celebrations. I used to go every single twice a year, obviously, to Eid celebrations. So Eid Mubarak. Um, and yeah, it was always great. A lot of people just coming together to pray and give thanks, and um, yeah, it was always nice. And the ladies were always so sweet to me. Yes, this time of year. We have so many, like, there's a reason why this time of year is a time of celebration or remembrance and celebration in so many cultures. Because Easter, Passover, and then Greek Easter, where you just eat a lot of lamb. I miss that. That's the only thing I miss about the marriage was his family. The only thing to miss. Okay, welcome in everybody. Today we are talking with, and I'm sorry, I haven't done my show notes, have I? Did I accidentally not do show notes again? Today we are talking with La Mère Veilleuse. And I'm really excited to talk to her because she hasn't been on the app that long and she's already at 6.6 thousand items sold, which is more than me. Not that I'm a big seller, but I've been on for I've been on for a lot. I've been on for 3 years, and she has sold 6.6 thousand items. So I'm really excited to talk to her. Um, yeah, I know. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I mean, she worked for it. And if you read her profile, and she'll talk about it, if you read her profile, it's not like life is sunny and rosy and that her body is kind to her. So to do that is absolutely amazing. Um, yeah. Trebelina says, I'm so excited for you to interview her. My God, you guys, she is actually amazing. Yes. Yes, she is. So I'm really excited to talk to her and get her perspective on whatnot and why she feels she's been so successful, and et cetera, et cetera. And we're gonna have some fun. The crazy bead lady, you've suffered through 3 of my shows. You've just unlocked egg. Congratulations. Okay, so Melody, are you available now to just chat briefly? Let me make sure I've got my volume turned down here. Yes, oui. Merci beaucoup. All right, that's as good as the French is gonna get, y'all. Invite to co-host. Confirm. And then let me just turn down my volume here. Just to be.
It's okay, Kim. I have a AirPod in.
Okay, well, just in case. Anyways,
Okay.
hello.
So, hi. How we doing?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy FriYAY. FriYAY. Happy Equinox.
Yes.
Eid Mubarak. Nowruz Mubarak. It's a lot of we guys, we made it. We made it to spring.
Kind of.
Kinda, sorta.
It's
Well, I'll take
spring.
it. I'll take it. I'll take spring. Um, Good morning, guys. So this morning, La Merveilleuse stepped in. It's been a tough week for Fashion Friday. We were we did a lot of filling in this week, a lot of improvising, and I'm really appreciative to La Merveilleuse. Unfortunately, Treblina couldn't be with us. She isn't feeling well, and I just wish her well. I just wish her well. Lots
Yep.
of love.
Hearts for
Just
Trumbull.
feel better. Yeah.
Everybody put up some hearts.
Yes, let's show her some hearts that we
Yeah.
love her and that it's okay.
we know that she wanted to be with us,
She
and
really wanted to be with us. She really wanted to be with us. She
but
messaged me early this
you
morning.
come first. Ina, you
She was
always come first.
yes.
So
Yes, health comes first always. Always, 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 and if you've listened to Kim's shows, you know that well, and I agree with Kim, we're not about the grind. We're not that's not our culture. So, if you don't feel well, like, it's okay. You're allowed to not feel well. Um, hi,
'cause it's
Elizabeth,
just gonna
welcome
make your
in.
worse in the future. If you push
Yeah,
the grind, it
but it's
makes it seem
also
like you can do
yes,
it
it's
for 5 months, 10 months, 3
yeah,
years, 4 years, and eventually you will burn out. It
burnout, and it's
like
also not the culture that we want here on Whatnot. We don't
no,
wanna push that culture on Whatnot because it's not healthy.
yeah.
Yeah. So, um, so we understand, we just want you to feel better. We're very excited to have La Merveilleuse. La Merveilleuse, I just realized if you don't know French, you might not catch it. But I just realized your name, La Merveilleuse, the play on words that you did in your name, La Mère, which means the mother, and Veilleuse, which technically means like old also, but La Merveilleuse together means like wonderful, the best. So I like that. I like that play on words. I just realized you did that. So that's really cool. We're really excited to have you. Um, you've been on the app for a very short period of time. I remember when you started, and all of a sudden you're at 6.7 thousand sales. You need to teach us how you did that, girl. You need to teach us. You're a busy mom like me, so I get it. You were ready to go. You've been up since 6 a.m. And when I messaged you, you said I had to get up and get the kids ready, but I'm ready to go. Um, so, without further ado, I'd like to introduce the wonderful La Merveilleuse.
Yes, thank you so
Happy
much,
Fashion Friday,
Melody.
everyone. Have a
Happy
wonderful.
Friday. I have to
See you
find some.
soon. See you soon. Bye.
There you are. Do, 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 do. Awesome. Thank you so much, Melody, for the introduction. So let me just switch to my questions. There we go. Switch to my questions. All right. Are you ready, La Mare? Let's invite to co-host. There we are. Hello, hello. Good morning.
I hope it's not too much echoing though, because I don't have my headphones.
I think it's okay. Let's test. Yep. It's okay. I can't hear myself coming back, so it's all good.
Good. Good.
Yay.
Yeah.
Good
I'm so
morning.
happy to have a chat with you this morning, man.
I know. I'm so excited to talk to you. I'm really excited to talk to you because I think people need to hear how
Hmm.
possible it is to do well on Whatnot. Um,
Yeah.
because but also how you did it, because it when people see someone who's done well, they assume that that's like it's just kind of like it just happens, but you
Hmm.
worked hard for that.
Yeah.
And I think that um yeah, I think that people need to hear that. And Melody wants to know, how do you look so good just like that?
It's not just like that. I went in the shower. Ina saw me this morning. I wasn't ready for I've been running in the house back and forth. Yeah. A lot of makeup.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming in. So, tell us about your selling journey, and a little whatever you want to tell us about yourself and your selling journey. We'll start with that, and then we'll
Okay.
get.
Okay. Sounds good. I started on this app last September. I'm I had to quit working. I was on sick leave because all of a sudden I was training for the ultra marathon here in Quebec. Yeah, which is like 150 something in the mountains. And all of a sudden I woke up one morning and I wasn't able to walk anymore,
Mm,
which was really weird. I've been in some hospitals. I've been tested for everything. And the last microbiologist that I had to see was like, okay, maybe we're gonna test you for Lyme disease. I was like, I never saw it thick on me, you know?
mm,
Like you see that kind of shit. And so they tested me. one of the only in Canada tested positive by the public health like section, and which is a good thing that I know what I have right now. But I've been having it for more than 5 years,
Wow.
but we don't know like for how long. So it started to attack my kidneys, my liver. Uh, Everything was inflamed. So yeah, so I had to struggle with all of this. So I was on sick leave, and I was like, okay, maybe that's a sign that I have to do something that I love, and I had a great job. I was working at the airport all the way for the last like 16 years, all the way to last Sunday. But but yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. I saw someone on TikTok just talking about this app. I was like, okay, maybe that's another American app that nobody's gonna be able like to success. So I started streaming, and I had like one viewer, which is Cap City. I don't know if it's here today. That guy has been amazing to me. So I've struggled within a lot of streams without one viewer or zero, talking to myself, selling only my kids' clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to make like connections with people. I've discovered like real friends that like see outside now, like Vanessa, like Ina, like Chris is not on the app anymore, but I've developed like a lot of friendships, like real one friendships that I don't even have like before of this. Oh, Tanya, she's there. Tanya, go follow her. She's amazing too. So these people like kept me going. And yeah, I had some like I had some ideas that didn't work. I went to the bins, and I started doing this connection with La Jet Society, which is Jean-Mi. Go follow them; they are amazing. And he had to move his store, so I bought almost everything from him.
Wow.
And yeah, I had to like take out a lot of cash, so I took the risk. So it started that way, and I've made it. Like I don't believe it myself. Like 6,000 cells, it's crazy.
It's
It's
amazing.
yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah.
And it's only going to go up from here. And one of the things to note too is if you look at her profile, it's one of my goals is to have more sales than followers. Um,
Mhm.
that doesn't mean don't follow me. It's just that just
No,
raises my bar, but I'm not anywhere close. And you have like 1.3 followers and 6.6K sales. And a lot of people say, I need to get followers. I need to get followers.
mhm.
But that clearly followers don't translate into sales. Buyers translate into sales.
Yeah.
You're a perfect example of that because you
Mhm.
you don't need to have thousands of
No,
followers. You're
no,
going to build that over time. You want to get a group of people that become your friends and your support and your community, and
exactly.
grow out from there. And that's what you did, which I
Yeah.
absolutely. um were you selling it all anywhere else before Whatnot, or did you just sort of see the app on TikTok and then think I'll just sell what I've got in the house, the kids' clothes that.
Yeah, I'm only selling on Walnut still. That's the craziest thing about it. I just put out the Poshmark like profile yesterday night. I don't even know if I'm gonna use it, but I've I'm seeing like the great community that we have here, because the first shows that I've watched, it's yours, Kim. So
Mm,
it's like, oh my God, that woman is amazing. I hope everyone's like that. Yeah, some people like it happens, but like we are really supportive. Like we are helping each other's. So I really want to stay on this app, because it's our safe space.
it is.
And
And
I
we.
think I've gained like followers, but they are my friends. I've been doing shows only speaking with them and interacting with them, and like we have like funny stories. And I think the main key is to stay in yourself. Don't try to act like you're someone else.
No.
Like if people don't like me, go just watch another show. That's okay. Swipe. That's it.
Go away, just swipe
That's
away.
it. Yeah. So
Move
I'm
on.
swearing a lot. I'm saying crazy things, and people are staying because they love my personality. If they don't, go somewhere else. That's it.
Yep.
That's my vision.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's really important that you are yourself. You
Hmm.
cannot sustain being someone else. You
No,
cannot even the greatest actors cannot sustain being another character
exactly.
for very.
Exactly.
You know, even Johnny Depp, who used to like go completely into his characters for the entire time that he was filming, would still slip every once in a while. So
Hmm.
It's just not possible, and people feel it. Like
Yeah.
people feel that there's something that's off. They may not know for sure what it is, but there's something that's off, and that erodes trust.
Hmm.
Even if
And
they
like people,
for
yeah,
sure
I
you're
saw,
faking, they're gonna not trust you as much as they would
yeah,
someone just being themselves.
and people try to like do too much. I have kids. That's real life. Yeah. My kids are screaming, crying, safe, like being in front of the camera. People don't want to see like big setups. Like, yeah, it's been big in the US, but we are Canadians. Like, people want to see real life. Like, yeah, it's chaos. Like, there's boxes everywhere. My kids are running everywhere. Like, people want to see this. Don't try to like put too much pressure on yourself too to make like that big show and like I'm a mom. I have a disease. I have kids. Like, that's real life. I had a job all the way to Sunday, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But you do have a job now. Your
Yeah.
job now is whatnot,
Yeah.
on your schedule, and which will help with, when you've got medical appointments and you've got things
Hmm.
going on with the kids, as well
Exactly.
as when you're not having a great day, your
Hmm.
people understand that you're not going to do a full show, or you're not going to do a show that day at all. If
Exactly.
uh, and I love that. So tell us about, so you said your very first shows, not a lot of people in them.
Mm.
What was some of the things you learned from your first shows? Tell us a little bit more about your first shows. And I mean,
Uh,
again, you started in
yeah.
September, so we're
Yes.
talking
Hmm.
October, November, December, January,
Like
February,
6 months,
March, 6 months.
6 months ago. Yeah. I learned to keep continuing. Like I was at first time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna quit. Like I'm alone, and oh, all of a sudden, one person come in and like sharing, and okay, we ended up having a chat. Maybe not sales, but we were chatting with each other, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. Oh, I'm alone right now. Okay, I'm gonna do like my inventory, just placing clothes, and oh, one person shows, oh, we have a chat, oh, that person talked to someone else, so I keep like doing it.
Yeah.
And at that point I realized that the algorithm back then, and it's just 6 months ago, was so bad. I had a chat with Nina from Whatnot Canada. She called me like maybe a month ago, and I told her like, for first streamers, it's bad because if you just have like one viewer or nobody, they're not going to continue. So I've seen a big change in the algorithm. I'm seeing more and more of the first streamers. So I go there, support them, show them some love. Cap City, he's here right now. He's my OG. But yeah, show him some love. But yeah, so I just keep pushing and pushing. And yeah, it happens like all of a sudden. But yeah, I keep doing it.
Yeah, I think that's important, is that you kept, and you were doing streams like constantly. So
Hmm.
every time I looked, there you were again. You were up and
Yeah,
running. And even if you only had a couple of people in your room, you were acting as if you had 100 people in the room.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
to make sure that, as I always talk about, like, people can watch from the lobby. You can watch from the For You page before you go into a show,
Exactly.
can hold,
Exactly.
and they can be watching. So you got to assume that someone's watching, and just keep going. Move on to the next thing, touch and run. Um, because eventually you will build that audience, but
Mhm.
does take time. One of the things that Whatnot does is the first couple of shows of a new seller do get boosted behind the scenes
Mhm.
a little bit. So that's why when you're on the For You page, you're going to see more new sellers pop up,
Exactly.
like first stream, or first show or second show. I will see that, and I tend to go in just
Mhm.
to see if anybody needs any help or how things are going, or just say welcome to Whatnot. um and I think you don't have to go in and buy from a new seller, but
No.
even just going in and saying hello and encouraging them, because as you said, a lot of people do give up. They
Yeah.
give up too soon. They give up, and I always say, don't give up before the magic happens,
Mhm.
because it just takes time to build, and the more consistent you are, the more you're going to be able to sell, because you're going to build that community, and people know, oh, I can go into Jess's show, she's going to be on this morning, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what people are looking for. It's like my book people now know, on Wednesdays, they can come in the mornings, and I'm
Mhm.
on selling books now. I'm pushing that consistency in myself because it was a do as I say, not as I do thing. But I think weekly bundling has helped me, pushed me to do more shows because I feel guilty now
Yeah.
if I don't do enough shows for people who've bought something from me because I feel like they
Yeah.
might want to fill their box, so I better do another show just so that I can say I gave them an opportunity. So at what point do you think you started feeling comfortable about being live? Like, was it right away? Did you feel comfortable live, or did it take time to build your confidence on the app?
To be honest, I'm still not confident. Like I'm not that type of person who wants attention. So sometimes when I see the number of people like now 19, I'm like, oh, looking at me. I'm still not confident, but like I'm just being myself. So I'm like, okay, like you need to don't put like too much stress on yourself and just act as you will normally do and forget about the phone. But sometimes I'm always having this stress before clicking the start live, still after 6 months. And it's normal. So yeah, I'm still not really confident, but yeah.
But that's okay.
Hmm.
That's totally normal. It's that sort of like take a couple of deep breaths before you press that start show.
Yeah.
Remind yourself that it's going to be okay. That
Hmm.
it's just another day. Um, I forgot to load my. I can't believe I forgot to load my store. Um, sorry, I squirrel. I got squirreled. Sorry.
Crow.
Um, so so your shows are always very welcoming and upbeat. How do you keep your energy up when you're doing a live show?
You know, I don't always have this energy, but I sugar, of course. Like these guys saw me. I always like candies. I'm using candies a lot, but I think when it's not a good day, I put my limits and I just like, yeah, Michelle knows. Like I just postpone my shows, so I'm like keeping track. Okay, it's a good day. I'm gonna do one. If it's not, you know what? Just postpone it. And I think that's the key to be like a good streamer because if you show up, I mean, you're just like no energy, and yeah, you're not feeling it. Like the audience gonna feel it too. So I'm just doing it on the good days. And we are all humans. We are all stressed. We like some of us have mental health issues or just medical health issues. But yeah, it's real life. So when I'm not feeling like it, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I think that's really
Yeah,
important is to give yourself permission and grace
exactly.
to say I can't do it today.
Hmm.
And I did that on Tuesday of this week. I pushed myself too hard with shipping on Monday, because and it's my own darn fault. I didn't do my prep
Hmm.
for shipping beforehand so that it wasn't so overwhelming on Monday. And so on Tuesday I was like, no, there's no way. There's no way I can do a show. And so I just doubled up on Wednesday. But sometimes you have to say, um,
Hmm.
while my audience comes is important, I come first. It should always
Yeah.
be yourself, your friends, family, loved ones. They come next. Your community comes next. Your job is important if you have a job, for those out there. Um,
Hmm.
and then whatnot,
Yeah.
right? I mean, even if this is your sole source of income, if you don't take care of the other things, you're gonna lose whatnot anyways, right? Like you're gonna
Exactly.
if you focus too much on that and ignore all the other things in your life, you will lose whatnot in the end. Because
Hmm.
well,
Hmm.
you can't. It's not sustainable to ignore everything else, and especially your own health. So
Exactly.
giving yourself the permission and grace, clearly that's worked well for you.
Yeah.
6.6K sales, over
I,
6,000 sales since September. That's 1,000
yeah.
items a month.
Yeah.
Everyone break the over 1,000 items a month. Break that down, folks. That it is totally, totally possible to build yourself a business on whatnot
Hmm.
and take care of your health at the same time.
Exactly.
So don't push yourself. Please, for the love of God, don't push yourself.
Please don't do it.
Please don't do it.
Yeah.
Canadian Card says men's mental health is something I push big on all my shows. I love that, Canadian
Mhm.
Cards. Yeah, I think that too many men don't talk about their mental health
Of course.
issues. Women also. I think we all just need to be talking more about mental health and making it
Mhm.
a normal thing. I mean, if I I can't imagine how different my life would have been if my father had gotten help.
Mm.
Period.
Imagine, huh?
Yeah, like, just if my father had gotten help, how much different my life would be. If my mother
Yeah.
had how much different my life would be. But, my life is great the way it is. Thank you very much, mom and dad. But there are
Mm.
worries I'd rather not have that are because mental health wasn't treated. So you
Yeah.
take care of yourself. And
Exactly.
glad that you're talking about that, Canadian Cards, in your show. Kaylash says it affects us all and we need to work together. Absolutely.
Exactly.
So,
And
Mim
it
says,
needs
ditto,
to be like,
love you.
yeah.
Okay, back to my questions. So how do you plan out your shows? Do you plan out the items you're gonna sell, or do you just
No.
have a rack, or how do you prefer to set up your shows?
The thing is, I never set up. I think people are they like watching my chaos. Like it's always the randomness things that I have on hands. I've tried to plan, but it's not me.
Yep.
So people love to see me struggling and like putting things up to places and running a t-shirt, then after like socks and after like a notebook, and they love to do that. They love to see it. Like their boxes, it's like the Christmas presents. Yeah, you have all types of stuff. I have candies. Like when I'm trying to plan too much, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
So I love the chaos that I have in my life, and I'm doing like something right with it. So no, it's never planned. That's the
I,
honest answer.
I'm the same way. I mean, I love pre-listed shows.
Yeah,
Um, but I love watching pre-listed shows, but I just I don't do as well with them because I just feel
no,
I don't know, I feel restricted and some of the surprise is gone. I love unboxing. One of
yeah.
the things I'm gonna run out of boxes to unbox, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do because I love unboxing and being like, I totally forgot that I own this. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh. Hey, look what I bought. Holy
Yeah.
okay, let's and or unboxing books and finding a the puppy training book that was partially chewed. It's still so
Oh my
funny.
god.
It's still so funny. I'm like, I don't think this book is gonna work because you can buy it,
Mm.
but it didn't sell. Surprise, surprise. The partially
Surprise.
the puppy used it as chewing. Um,
Yeah.
Mimic says, learn to harness your chaos and make it work for you. Exactly. Kailash says, the
Hmm.
Canadian Whatnot community, whether it be vintage clothing, sports cards, whatever it is you do, will support one another. I'm so proud of that. I agree, Kate.
Yeah, it's
The
true.
Canadian
I
community
agree.
has been so amazing. Like I think about like the community that Stamp Pickers is built around um,
Hmm.
the coins and this
Yes.
the philatelic, the stamps, and how so they've become this really awesome community, and there's a cards community, and
Hmm.
there's a Lego community, like and then there's a vintage decor community and the fashion community, and then we have the Discord that if you're not part of, we have a Discord where we share our shows, and
Hmm.
so if you're having a problem you can ask questions. I think that makes a big difference that we've got some place to come to um when we need to, and sort of be all together as one, not just the cards folks over here and the comic folks over here. um but it's an amazing community. So
Yeah.
how do you handle I mean, you had, when you first started, your rooms were
Hmm.
quiet, we call them
Yeah.
quiet, your rooms were quiet. How do you handle those moments when your room gets quiet or the chat slows down? How do you deal with that yourself?
I continue as I'm not really watching the like room number on top, which I think makes a big difference.
Yes.
So you're not like putting pressures. Oh my God, maybe they're leaving. No, 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 no. People are gonna come in and out, moving. You have like that ghost part that people are coming in, you don't see them. And I think just continue as it is, and people are coming back. They are watching 1 2 streams at a time, and that's okay. So I just continue do my own thing, and people are staying or not, and that's okay. But I'm never looking really at the people number on top, which is like took off a lot of pressure. Yeah.
How important do you think chat interaction is with your show? Like when someone comes in and says
Yeah,
anything, what do you do to keep it going?
it is. I interact with them. I ask questions. I'm replying to what they are written. And yeah, so I really read the chat, which is a good part of the success, I think, because people tend to forget it, which
Yeah.
is like a really big important part. But I interact with them, and people are doing arts or clicking or sharing, which it's boosting the algorithm. So you don't have to like actually buy something to help people. Just interact, ask questions, say good grab to someone, tap the screen, bookmark. Like that's helping a lot. So you always have to interact with the chat.
Yeah.
Always. It's a
I
main
think
key.
it's so important. Um,
Hmm.
and what do you think makes a buyer feel like they belong in a show? What kind of how do you make them feel like they belong there?
I think they're seeing like real life happening in front of us. Like moms, they refer to me like with my baby screaming, and the other one like asking for another snack for the fifth time. And oh, mommy, I have to go to the washroom. Okay, I'm gonna be back. And like people at the snacks. Oof. It's a never ending story, but yeah, so they are seeing real life, and they are referring, okay, it's yeah, right, because my little one is always screaming right, anyways. But yeah, so they are referring, okay, it's real life, it's not like just like me, like we are struggling with kids, we try to do things, they they are in front, so yeah. So I think they are referring to their own lives, like watching my streams and the chaos. And yeah, I swear, and yeah, I do some mistakes, and sometimes I forgot to start the auction. Yeah, after 6 months, I'm always saying I'm sorry, it's my first show, like it's just funny, I'm being myself. So yeah.
I love that.
Mm,
So tell me a little bit about your pricing strategy, because a lot of people get worried about starting on Whatnot because
yeah.
they feel like they're not going to get the prices they want for their items, uh,
Hmm.
compared to what they think they're going to be able to get on
Yeah.
an app, like for example, Poshmark, that takes 20% commission.
Yeah.
So what how do you do your pricing?
uh it's always more it's always a gamble. Like I'm buying stuff thinking I'm gonna sell this at that price. Sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm selling like things at crazy prices. And I'm like, oh, what just happened? But I have a way of calculating like each item costs me how much and how much I'm gonna make for it. But I've been using the $1 strategy, which is working great for me. So if I start an item at $10, nobody's bidding. I'm starting at one, and it's stopped at 15.
Mm.
So the $1, I know it's a gamble. It's risky, but it's working most of the time. But you have to understand that sometimes you're going to lose money.
Yeah.
That's part of
And
the show.
And I mean, you could try $2 or $3 as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
If $1 is too big a risk for some people, because
Hmm.
that works out to you on their first item, that could be like 30 cents that you make
Yeah.
on them. So
Exactly.
there is a
Exactly.
risk to that. Um,
Hmm.
but it's not absolutely necessary. But I think you're working on volume. Again, you've done a
Exactly.
thousand items per month. So you're working
Hmm.
on volume.
Yeah.
And I think when you have that strategy, you can do lower starts because
Hmm.
it's about it's about the total. It's not about that one items. Like people get really hung up on, you know, I paid $20 for this squirrel,
Yeah.
so I need to get at least 25.
Hmm.
But if I've bought a whole pile of Wades, right? And
Exactly.
this Wade is worth 25, but I can sell the whole pile for way more if I start.
Exactly.
Maybe I won't get up to 25 for this
Hmm.
this, but I might for the whole pile. So I think it's sometimes you have to take away from Michelle. Thank you for the raid. Everyone follow my friend Michelle. Thank you so much. I'm going to make you a moderator. So if you want to make an announcement, you can. Everyone, please follow Michelle. Um, yeah, I think that if you're going to do volume, that you
Hmm.
have lower margins and take a bigger risk because it's
Yeah,
about the whole. Um,
exactly.
yeah, I think that's really key. Um, so what advice would you give to sellers who are scared to start low?
You need to stay consistent, and it's not going to happen overnight, of course. But if you continue to be yourself and keep showing up, and people are gonna buy not only for the item but for your personality. So sometimes, yeah, you need to lower your prices. You don't have to do $1 auction. That was an example, but you don't have to do this. But yeah, sometimes you have to be a little bit lower than your expectations to build your buyers crowd.
Yeah.
So just keep going
Um,
always.
tell us a little bit about your consistency. When I've noticed what you have booked now are all Tuesday shows.
Yeah,
Uh, when you first started, you were on
yeah,
almost every morning, uh,
yes.
and you sort of built that consistency by, if you want to go somewhere,
Mhm.
you can go and have some fun with La Mer because she's going to be on in the morning. So
Exactly.
when did you decide that that was the consistency you wanted to go with? Why did you decide to do that? And what do you think the results were?
Yeah, because I was streaming almost every day, I start to build this community, and I've been doing it for until January 12th, which I had to go back to work. So that's why my schedule changed. But I plan all this Tuesday because that's the moment that I know that I'm 100% sure that I'm going to be there. But during the week, I'm planning other shows, pop-ups. People are loving like this effect, like, oh my god, she's on, and I didn't bookmark that show. I never see that one coming. So yeah, but you need to be consistent in booking your show so people can bookmark, and if you need to move it, just move it. But yeah, so I've been planning this Tuesday show. I'm gonna plan others. It's just that I'm lacking sometimes. But yeah, so you need to plan in advance. Just move it if you can't. But be consistent in your planning so people can bookmark. And the more you have bookmarked, the more people are gonna show when you're gonna be streaming.
Yeah, bookmarks are gold.
Yeah.
Tom from who's the chief development officer, product development officer with Whatnot, said bookmarks are gold. Bookmarks
Hmm.
are what you want. That because bookmarks, somebody can follow you, but that doesn't mean that
Hmm.
they're going to get notified when you go live. They may
Exactly.
see you in their For You page or on their followed host page, but bookmarks are the notifications that most people don't turn off. Because once you
Hmm.
start coming onto Whatnot, if you're new to Whatnot, you may have not discovered the joy of having 40 notifications every time you look at your phone because
Yeah.
but once you start following a lot of people, hi Pickles, once you
Hi,
start following
pickle.
a lot of people, you are going to end up with a lot of notifications, and so people tend to turn those notifications off
Hmm.
just for people that they follow. So I think it's like super super important to encourage people to bookmark. If you don't have any shows booked right now, it is impossible for anyone to bookmark your shows.
Hmm.
They can just
Exactly.
follow you. So I
Yeah.
love the fact that you've got lots of Tuesday shows booked. And then if you one of the things you can do too is you can pre-book pop-ups, and
Hmm.
then you can move. All you have to do is just go to one of those pop-ups and hit
Exactly.
start show
Yeah.
from pop-up. So you can say bookmark me for a pop-up, bookmark in case of pop-up. And that's what I always used to do, is have a whole bunch of pop-ups um
Hmm.
ahead of time so that if I did want to pop up, there was some bookmarks already there. So bookmarks are gold. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't stand this dry mouth. If there is a side effect for a drug, I will get it. I've
Yeah.
just
Me too.
that's my body. I don't know if it's the Scots Irish thing or something, but um so how do you market your shows before you go live? Do you do sharing out to social media, or do you just rely on your bookmarks, or how do you
Uh,
do for marketing?
honestly, I just rely on my bookmark because the thing is, with the job that I had, I wasn't able to promote my shows because I didn't want like my actual employees to
Mm,
be there,
yep.
which because my work and whatnot is like not the same, you know. But so I'm not the best person to give advice on this because I never like share a stream or promote on anywhere. So
But you stuck with Whatnot,
yeah,
and using your bookmarks alone was enough
exactly,
to build a thousand items a month. So
exactly, exactly.
I mean, it once now that you're no longer doing both, you will
Hmm.
be able to do more sharing, and that you could see an even
Exactly.
bigger uptick. And then
Yeah.
you're going to figure out how to handle 3,000 items a month.
Oh my gosh.
So, you've got some really cute thumbnails that you use. How
Yeah.
important do you think it is, um, to have a good show thumbnail?
It is really important. I was sticking with that picture before because people were recognizing me by that picture, but I started doing like more bubbly but bookmarks, and I saw like a really good difference and in new buyers coming in.
Yeah,
It was not like my usual crowds. Like people were buying, like first time buyers coming in a lot. So I think it's making a huge difference, and it's not hard to do. I'm honest. I'm doing it with ChatGPT. Like it's like anyone can do this. I don't have like IT developers like skills. So I think just that part is doing a big improvements on your viewers
yeah,
and to get like first time buyers in. Yeah.
yeah, because your show thumbnail is your ad, and
Uh-huh.
so you want it to be something that's clickable, and you're using those principles of like like a face to look at. It's a it's a image made by ChatGPT, but it's a
Hmm.
faces work, the colors work, your
Yeah.
the words work, and they're in the right spot.
Hmm.
Jules actually has a question. Are you
Yeah.
making a good profit?
The answer is yes, because I quit my job that I was working at for the past 16 years on Sunday because I wasn't able to do the like both at the same time, and I had to make a decision, which was staying on Whatnot, which makes me happy. And yes, I can make my family lives with that profit. So yeah, of course I do.
That's in less than 6 months.
Yeah.
That's consistent, consistent
Hmm.
shows, building, being patient, building an audience, and you've been able to
Yeah.
build up to the point where you don't need that full-time job, and you can concentrate on
Exactly.
health and your kids. And yeah, but Jules, there's lots of I let me just look for a second. All right, you're new. Welcome to Whatnot. 42 items sold. Congratulations. So Whatnot has a lot of analytics that sellers can use,
Mhm.
to be able to track. And then I highly recommend that you have your own tracking system
Yeah.
for your profit and loss. It's very important, especially if you're going to get to where Jess is right now, because
Yeah.
taxes. And Cap City 613 says
Yeah.
QuickBooks is cheap and good. Yeah, there's
I'm
lots of
using it.
great options. QuickBooks is a really accessible one. And you can import the PDF, because you can get a monthly report from Whatnot.
Yeah.
And you can import that PDF into QuickBooks, and it's got its way of using AI to like just
Hmm.
put it all in. So there's
Exactly.
lots of really easy ways to track it. And I think the easiest way to track it is when you see those payouts. Um, okay, perfect. Thanks, Jules. That's good to know. Okay.
Thanks.
Um, so how far in advance do you schedule your shows? Um,
Uh, I think
Normally.
now I'm like 3 months ahead.
I think you're about that. Yeah, for
Yeah,
your two
I think I'm
shows.
about that. So 3 months ahead, and like I said, if I have to move it, I'm just moving the shows. But people the time to bookmark it. So even if I'm moving it, I'm done. I'm not gonna lose that viewers. So yeah, like 3 months in advance. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Um, sorry.
No worries.
Tell us about the shipping, because a lot of people
Ah,
hesitate to
yeah.
to Whatnot, especially if they've been on apps like Poshmark where they feel like it's simpler shipping. Um,
Mhm,
tell us about your shipping and your experience with that. Do you use custom shipping profiles or do you just use Whatnot
mhm.
weight? How do you do that?
I've tried some things. I've tried to create shipping profiles, which wasn't working for me. Like, because if you're buying from a profile and then on the other, it's like making you pay an extra label. Like we had a tons. It was a nightmare. So I'm going with the Whatnot criteria. I was at the beginning changing all the labels, which is such a big mistake because I was paying. And the 13 by 13 that by 13 doesn't even make sense. Like nobody is gonna sell things in that format. So please stop changing these settings. Canada Post, Chit Chat, they're not looking at it. The things they're looking at, it's the weight. So the weight is the thing that you have to check. So when I'm like doing random pulls, I know that my t-shirts are weighing like 8 to 11 ounces. The jeans, it's 12 to 15, and bigger items, sometimes I have to weight them. So it's adding up correctly. So then I'm just putting out the labels and putting it on boxes. Yeah. So when you have something really large and light, I'm sorry, but here they never checked the dimension, and I'm posting like U-Haul boxes.
Yeah,
Yep.
they check here. They check here.
Do they have a
The
back
other thing
door?
is they will do it. They will sometimes they will do a charge to your customers. So you may just be lucking out with your particular depot. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't recommend that to everybody because it's you're meant to change your weights and dimensions. Um, they do a lot of post offices. They do check. They do
Yeah,
check.
they check the weight, but if you're going
No,
to the
they
back
check the
door, because
dimensions too.
oh my God,
They will
never
look,
me. I'm
yeah,
lucky then.
look measuring tapes. Um, so it just some post offices are letting it slide, others are not. And also when it if it arrives at a depot and they check there, they can actually charge your buyers for the extra shipping. So yeah, so just so that's my only caution about that
Hmm, hmm.
is is that it can bite you in the butt
Yeah,
because
but it's I'm
and
lucky, but because they never did in 6,000 cells.
yeah, I know that's I'm
Yeah,
like nervous about that, but yeah, so I wouldn't recommend that to the general world because we're on YouTube right now, and
yeah.
so
I'm on YouTube. Uh-oh.
so I wouldn't recommend that because it it but I here's what I will say is friends, we need to start being I mean I am going to take to Austin, Texas.
Hmm.
I'm taking a 13 centimeter box with me and
Yeah.
I'm going to walk around with it with Canada flags all over it and I'm going to be
Why?
asking them what hey Kenny, you sell Hot Wheels. How many Hot Wheels are you going to fit in this box?
Hmm.
Hey,
Exactly.
other person, what do you sell? How many things can you put in this box? This box size is for sports cards.
Exactly.
Forking sports cards, and that's it. It's
Hmm.
for cards. It is not designed for the average sale. If it was what it used to be, which is 12 by 12 by 12, that's 30 centimeters basically cubed,
Hmm.
that's workable. For most of us,
Yeah.
that's workable. You,
Yes.
then you can, then you're, but I must say this. I'm at the volume stage of sales. I'm selling I'm going to be about 1,000 sales, 1,000 orders a month now too. I've started tracking my shipping adjustments because you get 5 free shipping adjustments, and I've
Hmm.
started tracking it. And even with my shipping adjustments, because I'm sending out like you, I'm sending out
Yeah.
U-Haul boxes full of stuff.
Exactly.
Is is uh is that I am averaging just under 7 cents per item in shipping cost. So and that's since February. So I've been tracking every week. At the end of the week I add up all
Hmm.
how many items did I sell and yeah, and with weekly bundling. So it's
Exactly.
scaring some people away. But
Yeah.
here's what I'll say. I have found with my volume that 7 cents per item, I can that's a cost of doing business that I can handle. If it
Mm-hmm.
was $1 each item, well then I'd have to increase my sales by over
Yeah.
$1, right? So I would have to add another $2 on because of,
Mm-hmm.
other costs to each one of my items. Um so Whatnot charges you if the cost of the label is more, so if you adjust the weight up or the size of the box up, even if you adjust the weight down, if the cost of the label is going to be more than what the buyer paid Whatnot for shipping, there will be a shipping adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
And you get 5 free ones each week. So each week you get 5 free ones. And after that, Jude's Closet, where can you see after shipping? If you go to your ledger, so go to your finances to your ledger, that's when you'll see it. So,
Exactly.
but you get 5 free shipping adjustments. And again, I'm I am running at volume now and doing large, like I'm shipping out
Mm-hmm.
large boxes to people. It tends to be the box that's one item that ends up getting me. It's like so, hey everybody, buy lots from me, okay? Cuz but I mean, I if that changes and they take away the 5 free shipping adjustments, then I would
Yeah.
have to start charging more for my start bids. Um so yeah, so that's the one thing, is that it's that box size
Mm-hmm.
that's screwing most of us over.
Yes.
Like you
Of
said,
course.
you can't
Yeah.
fit
No.
a, a pair of jeans into a 5-inch box.
Never. Never.
It's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You
Nope.
can't fit a Funko Pop. Whatnot was built
Yeah.
first on Funko Pops, and so I always go
Exactly.
back to you can't fit a Funko Pop. A boxed
Mm-hmm.
Funko Pop is bigger than 13 centimeters. So
Yeah.
why don't we even have like safely transport a Funko Pop? Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Um, are you better to go high on the initial size of the box? You're better to go high on the initial weight.
Yeah.
Always go high on your weights. Always go high on your weights. That's super important.
Mm-hmm.
High on your weights. Um, that's the key. Is that because also, so you weigh something like even this little sucker weighs next to nothing, right? But I've got to
Mm-hmm.
wrap this up and I've got to put this, I've got to wrap this up really well. And then I've got to put it into a box. And even though it's a small box, so it'll go in a small box, it's
Yeah.
still going to weigh a lot more than this.
Exactly.
Boxes do not weigh nothing, right? If you want
No.
to put it in a cheap, flimsy box, then you're going to be fine. But no, you need to, like, I have stuff that's like lightweight, but I'm still, because of the size of the box and everything, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Recycle buy Don't buy boxes if you can get recycled ones. Go to
Yeah.
your convenience stores, your local pharmacies get a lot of small boxes that you can reuse. You don't I have some five of like 13 centimeter boxes, because if I can get it into that liquor store,
Mm.
you cannot reuse
You
liquor
have to turn it upside
boxes.
down.
Anything that
Yeah.
contains alcohol or
Yeah.
toxic substances that aren't supposed to be, like lighter fluid or something like that. Anything like that cannot be. So don't reuse your marijuana boxes if you get
No.
in the mail. Don't use those.
No.
Don't use old tobacco boxes. They are not supposed to allow those to
No.
be. I had a liquor box. It was the only
Mm-hmm.
box that was going to fit for these items.
Me
I'm
too.
desperate to get it out. And I had the box and I went to the post office and she was like, no, no, it's a liquor
No.
box. They can't take it. And I was about to cry because I was like, you don't understand. I just want to get this box out. I'm so late already. So I went around the corner to the home hardware and I bought, and I already had, for some reason, I was driving well, if you've seen my van, you'll understand. I was driving around with some old wrapping paper. I bought some vintage wrapping paper at a thrift store and I had that in the van with me. So I went into the parking, I bought Gorilla Glue spray and I sprayed down the damn
Yeah.
box, and then I
Wow.
covered it with a vintage baby shower paper.
Wow,
I
that's
just cut
funny.
out the hole of where the label was, so the label was still there and could be scanned, and then I took it to a different post office where she wouldn't so she wasn't there because she would have known it's liquor box underneath that. But
Yeah, yeah.
that's the only time. And after that, I'm like, I look at liquor boxes and I think, you're the perfect size, but
I
dang,
know,
I
always.
cannot use you. Thank you, Melody. Um, liquor boxes, I guess well, they're a fire hazard. Like, there's no
No,
way for
it's
them
not
to
for this.
know what's in, if it says on the
Yeah,
outside that it's got liquor in it, they
but
just assume that's what's in it.
the thing is, I cut it, I turn it upside down, and you can use it. It's the fact that it's like written alcohol on it, and you're not supposed to ship alcohol because of the government. That's it.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
only issue. So if you turn it
You can
upside
turn
down, you're
it
good.
inside out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You can
do
turn
this.
them
I never bought a single box in my life. I'm
in.
always shipping with Hughes box, Amazon, and cold turkey papers and oyster frozen boxes, which is funny. But yeah, I'm always recycling the boxes. Be eco-friendly here.
Yeah. Yeah, and as Mimic says, there might be spilt flammable liquid in the box, so that's why they say that. So, Capsule says, Cher sent me a few things in a
Two
wine
things in a wine box. Yeah.
box. um, so, what has been the biggest challenge for you since starting on Whatnot?
For sure, one of the challenges is that English is not my first language. Obviously, you hear my accent, so sometimes I'm twitching and I don't remember the words, or I'm doing sentences like that doesn't even make sense. So for me, that's my main challenges because I have to think and be myself and be funny and bubbly in another language, which is not like natural to me.
Mm,
So it's my and people, a lot of people are, thank you so much, but a lot of people are struggling because in Quebec we are mainly French speakers. So it's hard because like we have that big accent and we are screwing words and stuff. But yeah, that's my main challenge here. It's the language.
But I love the fact that in your shows you can switch back and forth.
Yeah.
You and Melody too. If someone comes in
Hmm.
uh, and they say hello in French, you'll start talking to them in French. And so
Exactly.
I think that, I mean, and like you speak really well. Your English is amazing. I wouldn't worry at all. I in fact I think I love your accent. I love accents anyways. So but yeah, do not put pressure on yourself because you're doing
No.
great. And if you don't
Okay.
remember the word, you can always just say, I can't remember
Yeah.
what the word is, but you guys know what I mean. And usually they will. Sicilian Baby says, I will literally
Yeah.
say,
Me too.
how do you say this? Yeah. And I mean,
I do the same.
it's Canada, right? Like most,
Mm.
hopefully most are very understanding. And
Yeah.
anyone who isn't, they can go somewhere else.
Exactly.
Go somewhere else. I mean, I sound ridiculous when I speak French. So I have my very few words and that's it. And it used to be I was much better when I was drunk because I wasn't self-conscious, but um I don't drink anymore, so I just yeah, I
Yeah.
just apologize a lot. Je suis très désolée. That's all,
Oh, but
I
it's
learned
good.
the
No,
important
you're
thing.
good. Like,
I just say that constantly.
ah,
Désolée.
je suis désolée. Oh,
That's
yeah.
the same thing when I'm around Spanish speakers. I'm like lo siento, I think is how you say it. Like I'm sorry. Just
Yeah.
Canadian. We have to say we're sorry. Um, uh, Ronnie says, and a lot of us Canadians do learn French anyways, so we
Yeah.
hear the word and then we kind of
True.
piece it together as well. And Ronnie says, I love listening to your words in French because then I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it means because I've learned French as a kid.
Hmm.
Yeah, one of the questions I have is, would you think of doing French shows where you if you start marketing, um,
Maybe.
if you can start doing shows that are in French
Yeah.
with every once in a while, if an English person comes in, you can
Hmm.
sort of translate, but that
Yeah.
market to the French community. That because I think some people are coming onto the app and feeling like, oh, like I don't speak English, so this isn't for.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that might be an amazing opportunity if you speak French,
Hmm.
or you're bilingual. Start doing shows and market yourself
French.
out
Yeah.
into social media that there are French speaking shows on
Hmm.
here or
I'm planning to
bilingual.
do it, but I'm gonna have to do a lot of marketing because there are not a lot of buyers and people on here that speak French, like really good French. I'm from Quebec. It's that slang that's somehow like hard to understand. But yeah, so I was planning on starting French shows, but I'm gonna have to like really put my marketing up.
Mm. And
Yeah,
Cap City says there's a few full French shows, not many. One of them gets at
yeah,
least 30, 40 Quebecers.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think and Tim Horton says I've seen people do shows in English and Spanish at the same time.
Spanish, yeah,
Yeah,
I
in
saw too.
down south you see that a lot.
Mhm. Je ne comprends pas.
I think that there's an opportunity there. I think
Yeah.
there's like an untapped market that
Mhm.
that that perhaps Nina and the team would be interested in
Yes.
exploring, because I think there's an if you're listening, there's an untapped market that there's a lot of money in Quebec.
Yes.
A lot of
Yes.
people in Quebec and there's a lot of money in Quebec, and
Yes.
it's an untapped market because
Mhm.
there are no other live selling platforms. And that this is an opportunity. I do know, I
Exactly.
understand that there you can select French as your language on whatnot, but I
Yes.
think it's French, France French, right?
Yeah. I tried it
So,
and it's like really like yeah, but yeah, Cap, but Lajet speaks English though in his show. Like if we are going to do like 100% French, we're gonna have to do a lot of marketing because
mm.
to like bring really French Canadians on the platform.
Do you
So yeah.
think that they would be, if it was bilingual, do you think that there would be interest, or do you think that there's still that desire for full French?
But I'm actually doing it pretty bilingual right now, which is I know my buyers, I know my friends who are like French Canadians, and people are writing me in French in the chat. So I'm pretty much translating, going back and forth to French and English. So yeah, it's actually right now pretty bilingual, but I'm gonna try to do one like totally in French
Mm.
and look what that's gonna come out to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could always tell people. You could always tell people to
yeah,
use like a translation service.
exactly.
There's like there's I think Google has one that will overlay it with a
Yeah,
translation.
I think too.
Oh, and New Brunswick has a lot of francophones. Oshawa, Ontario is the like highest percentage of francophones in Ontario, supposedly.
Hmm.
So, Winnipeg has a big
Yeah,
French community. There's a lot of francophones
New
everywhere.
Brunswick too, yeah. New Brunswick, there's a lot of francophones there.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
there's a lot of opportunity, I think.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Um, yeah. Go
yeah,
figure. Oshawa, like the last place that I ever thought of that, but
you know.
I used to work in politics, so we knew everything about all the percentages of all the demographics. It's very important.
Hmm.
Capsy says I follow a streamer from France.
Yeah, me
Uh,
too.
yeah, so I think there's opportunities there. I think
Mhm.
there's an opportunity there that it will, like, the one thing is it will take time to build.
Of course, of
Um
course.
so it's sort of that's a catch 22 when you've already built your business, that you don't
Mhm.
um to have the, lose your English speaking
Yeah,
customers at the same time. But I think since they're used to you going back and forth, I'm sure if
yeah,
someone English came in and asked a question, you would answer it. Even
of
if
course.
a French show, you wouldn't say,
Exactly, of course.
today I'm not speaking English, screw you. The rest
Yeah,
of you,
no, 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 that won't happen at all.
sure,
Oh,
you
no.
redcoats. um
Yeah,
I haven't seen Melody say anything else boobs, so I think we've got a couple more minutes left.
yeah.
Um, so if someone in here in the room right now, or listening later on YouTube, is thinking about becoming a seller, what advice would you give them?
Don't put too much pressure on yourself and just be you and sell what you like. You have to like be happy about what you do. So if that makes you happy, continue, and people are gonna love your vibe and gonna be watching you for you, not even for what you're selling. So just have fun. Have fun. It
Yeah,
needs to be fun. Yeah.
yeah. If you're
And
not,
that's why I quit my job. Yeah.
absolutely. And what do you think is the one mistake that new sellers make the most that you've noticed?
Not looking at the chat. even when you're putting question marks to make the message in yellow. I've been in first streamer shows like using the boob word like to get red chatted to for us to see, and they are not looking at it. I know it's the stress coming in, but you have to follow the chat. People are gonna ask you to look at something and they may be gonna buy it, but if you're not showing it, and that person is like, okay, mods too, it's helping a lot to get
Yeah.
like to keep tracks of the questions and people what they want to see yeah, so but you need to have that interaction with the chat always.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if I know a lot of people say it's hard to read the chat when
Hmm.
when they're selling clothes because they're
Yeah.
standing back, right? They're standing
Yes.
back item and they talk about it and then they move forward and then they read something, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so how do you do that? How do you manage to read the chat? Do you have
I
advice or
I have my big screen. I'm gonna show you. That's my secret. That's not a big secret anymore. But I have my big screen right now. So it's not open because my PC is in my car, but I open Whatnot on my laptop too. So I can see the chat. I'm just putting the chat on my big screen. So I don't even have to be like a boomer in front of my camera and see my double chin. But yeah, like this. Oh yeah, I'm reading the chat. No, I it's right next to my camera. So I'm reading the chat and I have like everything on my screen. So yeah, that's the way I do it. Hello, Donna. So
I
yeah.
love. Does anyone have any questions for Jess Lemaire Fayous? Does
Oh my
have
God,
any
Alex, looking
questions?
at the events. Oh.
Just checking. We're still waiting for Melody. She's just running a little bit behind. Does anyone have any questions at all? Or I will ask a question while you guys type in your questions. What mindset helps someone succeed on Whatnot? And Donna wants to know where's Zuckerman.
Okay, I'm gonna answer Donna's first. I don't know where Zuckerman is because she's been asking for what is his name? Zimmerman, Belly Zimmerman t-shirt. But she write it Zuckerman, so it's been like a running gag. But yeah, and you need to be sourcing a lot, of course. And just if you don't want to take a big risk, a financial risk, just go with your own closet. Start with this and look. Okay, people are gonna like this. They're asking you for it. Oh, maybe you're gonna have fun to sell these type of things. Oh, okay, I saw that stream. I've been watching shows and shows and shows for several hours, even if in the US, because they have good ideas there too.
Yep,
Maybe don't start to sell seafood like they do
not yet.
because
We're
that's
not
different.
allowed to yet.
I don't
We're
get it, but yeah,
yeah.
but like watch a lot of shows, like ask for tips and tricks, and try to oh, maybe I'm gonna change my setup that way, and just have fun always. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a new category which is fresh food,
Yes.
and on Whatnot, but it's currently just in the States,
Mm-hmm.
because they haven't figured out all the regulations and that to expand it. And basically they have a different there's a they have to do a different shipping system because they need to ship
Exactly.
overnight. So they've set up a different shipping system. So that's another reason why they haven't
Mm-hmm.
set it on Whatnot Canada yet.
Yeah.
Um, and it's only restricted to being able to ship within the United States because it has to be
Exactly.
next day delivery. Fresh food, yeah, like seafood,
I'm gonna
or
send you screenshots, Cap. Like I
fresh,
saw
yeah,
sausages, I saw seafoods, like actual like pieuvre, you know?
yeah,
Ugh.
and it's going to come to the world eventually,
Yeah.
but they're doing it in the States right now, and I'm and I'm telling you, the Whatnot execs are loving it. I mean, they obviously they get paid good money, so
Yes.
flying something in from Boston to California overnight is very exciting for them. So
Yes.
if they miss, like, they have pizzas, they like
Mm-hmm.
deliver
I
pizzas,
saw pizzas too.
yeah,
Yeah.
overnight delivery of pizzas that you can then, so they like those particular folks, they have shipping
Yeah.
and they have there's a whole thing for that. So but
Mm-hmm.
started doing that, which is pretty freaking cool. The goal of Whatnot is to have just everything that you can think of being able to be bought.
Exactly.
So that because Tom, who I talked about before, he's from Australia, and on Australia everything is bought and sold. Okay, thanks, Melody. Everything is bought and sold by auction. You buy your house by
By
auction.
auction, yeah.
That's how you buy houses. And so he's like, I'm like, he moved to the States, and he's like, what do you mean I have to buy a house through a realtor? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What is
How's
this
that
thing?
working?
What is
Yeah.
this weirdness?
Yeah.
Buck and
Buck and
Go
go
house.
out.
Yeah, could you imagine? $1 start. Anybody else want it? No, sold
Yeah.
for $1.
Imagine.
Okay, so Melody's coming on. Last question. I
So
don't think there's any other questions that we've missed. Oh wait, no, sorry. We have a question up above. Ronnie says, sourcing for me, I live in a smaller town. Where do you guys find your sourcing? There.
sometimes I buy from sellers here on the platform.
Mm.
I've been buying a lot on here. So you can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
And you can go on your marketplace is a good resources too. So people are selling their stuff at crazy prices. Yeah.
yeah. And I found that there's um Max Sold has a lot of times when they're clearing out somebody's estate, you can get
Yeah.
like the entire wardrobe for one money,
Exactly. Yeah.
like their entire wardrobe. Now,
Hmm.
is it grandma who died? Yes, but she was probably
Yeah.
pretty styling in 1990. That was 30 years ago. So you got to think grandma may have died in her 70s, but 30 years ago she was in
Yeah.
her so that's that's where I find stuff is on online auctions too, on other like high bid. High bid often will have like clothing lots. There's also rag houses that are opening up now and selling like pallets, or
Hmm.
what do they call them? They're like bundles, not bundles. There's another word for it. But anyways, there's a lot of rag houses that are starting to open up to not shipping the stuff away. Um,
Yes.
And then the one thing about small towns, though, is you end up with really good thrift stores that are like charity run, small. They may be open only like Thursdays and Saturdays, but
Hmm.
sometimes some of the best stuff is there. And when they do their fill a bag sales, you can get some
Oh yeah.
stuff.
The fill bag sales are amazing sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm always amazed at like how low their prices are. But,
Hmm.
like around here there's like a lot of just little thrift stores. Sometimes they're like in churches and they're only
Yeah.
open 2 days a week, but
Exactly.
there you can get some pretty awesome stuff there.
Oh yeah.
Hospital auxiliary thrift stores, always good. Always
Yes.
good, because as my grandmother said, the wives of the doctors, I mean, she was old, so wives of the doctors.
Hmm.
Now we would say spouses of the doctors donate their clothes. So that's where you
Exactly.
go first, dear. You go to the
Yeah.
hospital auxiliary store.
Hmm.
Um, okay, let me check it. And if anybody else has any other things, you live close to Kamloops, which is but not exactly big. The next one is Kelowna. Kelowna. My grandparents were in Winfield, and my grandfather helped found the local newspaper in Kelowna when he moved there. And yeah, I've been to Kelowna. I've been to Kelowna. High bid shipping is expensive, but if you buy enough, it's worth it.
Yes.
Yeah, it depends on the auctioneer. Always before you bid, read the fine print on the shipping.
Yes.
Some of them charge per item prices. Some of them are more like just whatever the price is. It's really important.
Hmm. Hmm.
And Peacock sources by diving for pirate treasure off the coast of Vancouver Island. Good to know. Kelowna has the best thrift stores. I could imagine. Mimic says, look for thrift stores that don't charge tax because they're a charity, because those are true not
Yep.
for profit thrift stores. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like the Salvation Army in Peterborough that just opened up, they have opened up a big store, and it's actually run by like it's a for-profit contract.
Exactly.
So they're
These are
like
the best.
Salvation Army is now selling its name,
Yeah.
taking a percentage of the profits instead of actually running it, which I was like, oh,
No.
oh, how rude. I just found it so rude. Okay, one quick question, and then we are
Go.
going to read over to Melody. Thank you again for your time. I really appreciate
No
you.
problem.
coming on and spending time and sharing your.
Mhm.
If someone is watching right now and thinking about becoming a seller, why should they give Whatnot a try?
I'm sorry, I just saw Cap City.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. She's
Because if you're me and you don't want to go back into the streets, you need to also, no, I'm kidding, but like just for the community, it's worth more than money. I've made actually real friends that I maybe never would have met without the app. Like
yes.
I've been talking to Andrea, to Chris, who's not on the app anymore. My twinsy, Vanessa, we never have met before, but we met online, and now she's spending time at my place. I know her husband and kids, and we are spending so much time together. Like I created friendships and relations with people that I would have never met. So just for this, it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's
ab-
worth it.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the reason that I stuck. I stuck around because I met people,
Mhm.
became friends
Yeah,
with. And
exactly.
if I didn't go live, they were like, "Are you okay? What's up? What's going on?"
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, like I think that is so important. Is the community that you're going to experience here on Whatnot is unlike anything that you will ever experience anywhere else. It is
Exactly.
all right. Thank you so much, Jess. Everyone,
Always a
please make
pleasure.
sure you are following La Mère Veilleuse. Can someone tag her in the in and let me see if I can do it. Can I do it? I don't know. If it's can you say hi so then everyone can follow you?
Okay, wait. I
Please hold.
hello.
There we go.
Hello.
Everyone, please follow La Mère Veilleuse and make sure that you're bookmarking her shows because she is absolutely amazing. Oh, thank you, Mimics. I love you.
Thank you,
All right,
honey.
we're going to go into Melody now. I don't need
Yeah.
to kick you off. We're going to go straight into Melody, and
Okay.
then the conversation is going to continue with Melody.
Cool.
So you're
Cool.
going to have more Jess. So stick around for that conversation. I love you guys so much.
Sounds good.
I will be back on tomorrow morning. I'm going to be doing my show about production setup and production.
Cool.
So that's going to be fun because I'm usually a hot mess. So we're going to set up and production and how to elevate your Whatnot shows
Mhm.
production standpoint. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow.
Cool.
And yeah, I love you. Thank you again, Jess. I love
Thank
you.
you so much.
Great day and stay on. Let's go over to and what kind of emojis should we put in the chat?
Bananas.
Bananas. Okay, everyone put bananas in the chat when we get over